You're a burglar, but you only steal things to slightly inconvenience your victims. What are you stealing?
I would steal every measuring cup but the 1/3 one.
The one that nobody ever needs.
Yeah. You use it for one recipe.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JG's Lounge. I'm your host, Jukebox, and I'm back with episode 97 of Stardom. Man, am I pumped for today's episode. I got a good friend with me, Brent Underwood. Man, how you doing today?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me back. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, man. You know, and I've had you on before. This is earlier in my podcasting. I've definitely developed and gotten better and bigger. And it looks like you've gotten into more than just music now. You got some product with you today that we're going to talk about. Peanut Patch Peanuts, man. Look at this. These cans look beautiful.
Gorgeous. Got the new labels and everything, man. You're so professional. Thank you.
Oh, I do what I can.
Nice.
So you've been doing this for a little bit, man. So what got you into this? Like how did you get on board with this company?
Well, it kind of goes back for years. I mean, if you look behind me, there's the North Carolina backdrop. It's kind of washed out a little bit because it's so sunny here. I'm sorry, our weather's so great. but where I'm from in Bladen County, boiled peanuts, they're king. Peanuts in general are king, and we're a farm community here. I mean, that's just, my family's been here since before the Revolution. So boiled peanuts is something that I've always eaten growing up. I mean, you go into the little gas station here down the street, and there'll be these little brown bags, that are wet from boiled peanuts. And the cool thing about it, since we're we even have like a peanut festival in Dublin each year. So we're kind of the center of it in North Carolina. And, of course, the cool thing about this company is that they push what they would call like a roadside stand look. So if you look on the back of our cans, we have like an illustration of what we actually have at our events. But the thing I love about Peanut Patch boiled peanuts is they're hot and ready all the time in the gas station. So on those months where it's out of season here and we can't go to, Joe Bob down the street or whatever that makes his own and been making them since he was a little kid and learned it from his granddaddy and granddaddy. We've got these that are hot and ready and always available, and the quality is great. So something that guys around here and girls around here that kind of fell in love with is to get us through because we're all addicted to these things, man. Like seriously, I eat them I've got them for breakfast. Look, I'm
eating them for breakfast myself. So
that's why we're friends, man. That's why, and I'm excited. So have you tried them yet?
Oh yeah, man. I'm snacking on them right now, dude. They're delicious. It's funny because I told you, I was like, I'm going to buy these and try them the other day. And they literally came on Amazon the next day.
Yeah, that's the good thing about it. We are the largest boiled peanut company in the world. You can get them on Amazon, Food Line, Walmart. My in-laws are not from the South. And so my father-in-law was stationed he was on the Border Patrol. He was stationed in Montana and Kalispell. And I remember they got hooked on these and they would order them and send them out. So one of the coolest memories of eating Peanut Patch, I was sitting on the back of their back porch looking over Glacier National and enjoying these little caviars of the South.
Yeah, man. I'm literally right now, man. These are delicious.
Heck yeah. But
it's
they
funny.
kind of go ahead.
It's funny. One of my followers on Instagram, he goes, "What in the heck are those?" I'm in Kansas City. I got people all over, and a lot of people even here don't even know what a boiled peanut is.
Yeah. Well, they will learn. We're working on that. Yeah.
If you like peanuts, they're fantastic, man.
Exactly. It's just, it's a way to get them, it can capture the spice or the flavor that you're trying to get. I mean, like soaking them in these cans forever, like the Cajun are my favorite because we have a thing on our company like Team Cajun, Team Original, and we've got salt and vinegar now. It's something we're coming out of.
I mean, the Cajun.
Team Cajun.
Yep.
That's what I'm doing. I'll get one of these huge cans here, and I'll put them in a pot and just set them on the stove all day on low and just graze. And they cover them. Yeah.
And they're actually, peanuts aren't bad for you, man.
No, they're great. It's a lot worse things you can eat out there for sure. But like, it wasn't anything like I was trying to do. I wasn't really trying to get their attention. It's just we're around here in the South. We have a lot of hurricanes. So I had a video that kind of went viral a little bit, where I was in the back of my truck on our highway, and it was mid hurricane, right? So it was about to hit us. There was nobody on the road. And I had these North Carolina flags, and I was like yelling at my brother. Got the camera out, and I was yelling at the hurricane, saying how we here in North Carolina aren't scared of you. We're full of boiled peanuts and sun drop. And then like he drove me down the street, and I'm waving the North Carolina flag, singing Petey Pablo, North Carolina, come on and raise up.
That song,
and it kind of went a little crazy. And then after that happened, I had the video that got me on Dr. Phil, which was crazy. And then they reached out to me and they said, you know, you become hard to not notice in the comments. And then that just kind of developed in this
hey,
thing.
Man. Yeah. That's awesome. That's fantastic. And it was such an interesting job to have, you know. I mean, I work for a boiled peanut company. Cool. That's different. You know,
it's the best of both worlds, you know, because like as this music stuff starts to work out, you know, knock on wood, you know, if this starts to work out, you know, we're helping each other. It's like a symbiotic relationship, you know, like Nashville's been calling, and, you know, and when we just got done playing Tootsie's right on Broadway, which is like the quintessential honky tonk in Nashville. It's like where, you know, Garth Brooks just played there. It's literally next door to the Ryman. And not many people come into Nashville driving a big yellow peanut patch van, but your boy did.
I was gonna say, is it just a big decked out van with peanut patch all over it?
We have this huge Sprinter van right now. They're getting me a truck, and they're building me what they like a mobile roadside stand. So it's this huge trailer, and I can go to these events and hit a button, and it kind of levels out, and I can spread out the canopies whichever way I want. Dude, it's great. I like I said last week I was at Merle Fest, which if any of your watchers or listeners have ever been to Merle Fest, it's one of the coolest vibes. And it was like the Marcus King and Avent Brothers and Tanya Tucker was there. It was great.
Oh, I listen to Marcus King, man.
Yeah, dude, he's a phenomenal singer. And then next weekend we're going to the Cheerwine Festival, and then in June we're going to the Carolina Country Music Festival, which is like 100,000 people. And then the next weekend we'll be in New Jersey for the Barefoot Music Festival. So like they've literally built this as a BOILIN USA tour, and all we're doing is giving this stuff away. Like you don't go to events and concerts and see stuff for free. Normally like a bottle of water is $15 or something, something crazy, you know? So we got these people coming up with their wallets out, and I'm like, no, it's free. And they're like, what? It's like, yeah. And we have this little QR code. It's like, we'll give you a free sample, whether you like us or not. You can have a sample, but you know, if you want to be friends with us online, scan the QR code. You can like us on Instagram, Facebook, or enter our email address, and we'll give you a big cup. And not only that, you get to spin a wheel. You can win a T-shirt, a koozie, a can, a hat. So
I like that hat. The
thanks,
one
brother.
sitting on top of the can and that one, they're both nice.
Yeah.
Man.
So if you look at our commercials that are just coming out, which I do a cameo in it. We have this guy named Bart there, and we call him BOILIN Bart, and he's got this yellow hat, and I was like, dude, that's your look. And then when they hired me on, and they got me the overalls to kind of go in, I was like, I don't want the yellow hat because that's his look. But here where I'm from, it's a bunch of straw hats. So I just been making my own, brother. So now
it's nice.
There you go.
Yeah, man.
Howdy. My name's Brent. I'm from Bladen County.
So are there multiple ways to eat these things? Because I just kind of peel them open.
Well, we recommend with your mouth, but
hey,
to each his own. It's America. You do what you got to do.
There's a lot of ways to ingest food, I guess.
There's really not a. Yeah, it's true. This is true. But there's really not a wrong way to eat it as long as the end result's the same. I always look at these as like a edamame bean with a southern accent. You know, they just kind of look at the seam. I just bite the front and boom. But, some people use their fingers. Some people just toss the whole peanut in their mouth because, whatever you want to do.
You know, it's funny. I used to have it I would say that it was an addiction for a little while for sunflower seeds, and I would eat the shell and all. And I halfway was debating on eating this whole damn thing because of the flavor. But I was like, that's probably not a great idea. So I'm just going to eat the inside.
Hey, man, who am I to? It's your journey, man. We're just trying to feed you.
So I am curious because you said you're growing, and that's fantastic, man. Is there specific flavors that are more popular than the others?
Oh, man, the Cajun is king for sure. But I say that. So we have in our stand, we have 2 warmers. So and here in the gas station, we're in over 20,000 gas stations across the Southeast.
Wow.
So most of the time people eat our product coming straight in is hot and ready. We have these styrofoam cups, like a 16 ounce and a 32 ounce. And then you just scoop in whatever you want. And they're cheap, man. It's like, I think it's like $4 or $5 for the big one or something like that. So it's all, I'm sure I'm getting that price wrong. I'm sorry. But it's relatively inexpensive for the amount of protein you're getting stuff with this. But like the way we have it set up at our booth, we'll have a warmer for Cajun and warmer for original, and now we have salt and vinegar. We're about to do a warmer for the salt and vinegar because there's been a lot of interest in that. But most of the days, Cajun is where the line's at. But we've had some days where people just want an original. So
yeah,
you know,
it's funny because last year my wife and I, again, Kansas, we don't really have a lot of boiled peanuts around here, so I didn't even know what it was until last year. We went to Florida. And yeah, I mean, we bought some from the gas station out there, and man, it was fantastic. So I'm definitely a big fan.
Good, dude. Good. Well, we're happy to have you part of the family, part of the patch, as you say. Yeah.
So how many acres do you guys grow your own peanuts and everything?
Well, we have over 2,000 acres, but we normally use farmers from North, South Carolina, and Georgia. Georgia is and Florida are kind of like our major markets, and that's kind of like. We're going to start pushing there. Matter of fact, in July, we'll be down with I don't know if you've seen the viral videos with the Savannah Bananas, that baseball team.
Yeah, they come out here all the time.
Dude, they're awesome. They're awesome. And I reached out to them to see if we can partner and sponsor a night. And they've got this cool thing where it's like $25. It's all included so like you get in the game, you get either a hamburger, cheeseburger, or a hot dog. You get a bag of potato chips, a cookie, and a drink. That's all included in that $25. And so we're going to be included in that. We're going to have our warmers set up at each one of the concession stands. We're gonna have the trailer set up, and with myself and Bart, we're both musicians. So one of the cool things we're doing to bring, obviously we want to have as many people come to our booth as possible, but we also want people to hear our music. So we'll set up a PA and a microphone, and we'll play like sets periodically through the day. So we'll do like 15 minutes there, and we'll have like local musicians sit in with us, like a guitarist and mandolin players and stuff like that. And that's kind of something that we're wanting to do too. We're going to try to like highlight local musicians at all these events we go to.
That's fantastic, man. And it's such a great way to like promote this product, man, going to festivals and concerts.
Yeah, man. Especially, I appreciate that. I love the idea that this whole Boiling USA tour, because the concerts we're going to, people already eat boiled peanuts. People are very aware of the product, because it's so readily available. So for us to be there and say, hey, we just appreciate you guys and what they've done for our company, and appreciate you guys helping us keep our lights on. We just want to make sure you're fed and you're our friend and you're getting free stuff. So
yeah, man,
it's really awesome.
And I'm going to keep obviously promoting this, especially since I like it. And, I've got a network of podcasters, so I'm going to try and get, sell them on it as well. Oh, well, it looks like you jumped off there for a second, man. Well, while we're waiting for him to jump back on, I'm going to sit here and keep snacking.
Oh, there we go. Sorry about that.
There he is.
I told that guy I will be on a podcast from 9 to 10, and he calls me still. It's my drummer. Sorry.
Like I said, I'm just sitting here snacking on him while I was waiting on you to come back. So
sorry about that.
No, you're good. Hey, so like I said, something funny about my show is the Stardom podcast is so nutty as it is. So I found some pretty nutty facts to throw into today's mix, and we're just going to talk about it. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me, man.
All right, first up, the average person will spend 6 months of their life waiting for red lights to turn green.
Jesus. That makes me sad, man. That makes me sad. Could you imagine? It's like you're laying in your deathbed. It's like, if I just didn't work at Kmart, I could be living. I could have saw the Grand Canyon.
If I wasn't a driver my whole life,
exactly,
how much time I would have saved. But hey, on that note, just pull that trailer everywhere you go, and every red light, just sell you some peanuts, man.
Every red light's an opportunity, right?
That is crazy to think about.
It's so much more. I love this job so much better than, I love working for the DMV, but I worked for the DMV for 14 years before doing this, So like, I hear this quote that Joe Rogan would say on his podcast sometimes. It's like, I can see my death from here, So every time you clock in, you would be like, oh, I know where I'm going to be in 15 years when I retire or whatever.
Right.
So I'm so happy to have this job. I get to see the world. I get to listen to good music and eat peanuts.
And you're out. You're out. You're not stuck behind a desk, man.
Oh, I know. I told my boss this weekend, because literally, I told them, you can hire me or not, I'm still going to eat your product. And I bet I would spend $20, $30 a week on that. I told him, it's like, you guys are saving me so much money. If I can just get Red Bull to hook me up with a little sponsorship, I might be able to put one of my kids through college. Save me so much.
It's crazy because, like, This podcast is steadily climbing, but thankfully with Facebook, helping me I'm monetized on there now. So
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like the social media, as much as it's a love-hate thing for me, but it's such a good place to, sell your product, whether it's a show, your music, boiled peanuts.
Exactly. And I think a lot with social media, you get out of it what you put in. I mean, if you come in there and you don't pass the sniff test, like if people can tell you're trying to, hey, how's it going? It's like, I just eat this stuff. And then they were fortunate. I was fortunate enough for them to see it. So I'm going to rep this, man. I'm excited. They get to put me on tour. This is awesome to me, but if you're up there just like, when I use diaper rash cream, blah, 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 you know what I mean? If you don't pass the sniff test, then people are going to think you're fake. And that's what I like about the people I'm working with, because their whole thing about it from go was like, we have to be authentic to the brand, authentic to who we are, because we don't want to seem like sellout. We don't, because there's such a fine line when it comes to advertising for a company, and we're a hometown product. We are these we're the taste of the South is the way I like to say it. Like, I like to put the taste of the South in every mouth, so we can't do that while people thinking we're corny.
Yeah, right. So what's the furthest west your tour is going this year?
Well, for right now, it's Mississippi. But we are next year. We're talking about expanding it. I just sent a lot of the cans out to Colorado to Lyman. My uncle-in-law owns a bison ranch, so they're he's gonna have this cool video with his main bull trying the peanuts. Since we have the Team Cajun, Team Original kind of debate online, we're gonna see which one he likes better. But next year, But next year we're talking about going out. I mean, because there's plenty of people in Texas that eat bull peanuts, and there's plenty of Southerners that have been, relocated to out west that we would like to make sure their fix is taken care of.
Oh yeah, I mean, like you said, you're like the number one company to do it, so you might as well be pushing, man. I do recommend getting out this way, because not a lot of people in the Kansas City area have even heard of a boiled peanut.
Oh man, I just sent some out to my sister-in-law. She lives in Missouri, so yesterday. So it's definitely it's something we were very interested in getting out west, But it's right now. It's all of this just started, so we're knocking out the target demographic, the southern states, and then we're going up New Jersey. I mean, who would think we were pushing bull peanuts in New Jersey? But they're going to know. If they didn't know before, they're going to know.
Mm-hmm. And can you get all the flavors on Amazon? I didn't look too in detail, but
I don't know about the salt and vinegar. I think you can, but you definitely can get the original and the Cajun, and like the small, the medium size, or like what we call 10 cans, the 6-pound cans.
Oh man, actually, I could use one of those. I got a 3-pack of the Cajun on Amazon. It literally came the next day. It was $14. Not bad at all.
Brother, I'm gonna send you out some. You're doing us a favor, for putting us on your show. I will make sure to send you out some. And you also have, I appreciate that. You also have a hot and spicy flavor too, right? Yeah, well, that's kind of the Cajun. They're kind of rebranding it. It's just kind of similar to it. Yeah, that makes sense, because he's got a nice little kick to him as the Cajun themselves. I was like, man, how much hot are we talking here? Yeah, dude. If every podcast involves me eating bull peanuts and talking to a cool dude, I'm cool, man. Hey, I appreciate that. Hey, and that's a good thing about my show is it's whatever the heck I want to do. So yeah, I like it. 8 a.m. coffee and peanuts. I'll go with it. Yeah, dude. Do you guys sell just dry nuts too, or only boiled? Only boiled. Yeah. It makes sense. I mean, it's kind of the name of the company. So yeah, well, McCall Farms that owns it, they do. You'll see their stuff. They have like Glory Foods as well. So you'll see canned foods of like greens and green beans, stuff like that. They're in all the big Walmarts and stuff too. Mm-hmm. Okay. And we talk a little bit about music, so I did find a pretty interesting fact here. It says rhythm is the longest English word without a vowel. I'm gonna believe you on that one. Yeah, and that's weird to think about, because it's not very many letters, but it does. I mean, I can't really think of one that doesn't have a vowel. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So how music is sell peanuts? So yeah, and how is music going for you? I mean, obviously the tour is going great, but I mean, we're talking a lot about these peanuts, but you are a musician as well, my friend. Yeah. So how's that going? Man, I've got a lot of things in the works. I've got some stuff that, I mean, I can't announce who I'm working with, but like I've been offered recently to submit some songs to an upcoming movie that's coming out. I've kind of sort of roundabout was offered a kind of a thing with a publishing company. I've been sending a bunch of my stuff up to this guy named Ben Miller up in Nashville. He plays with like Trey Lewis, which he's signed to Sony. My friend Joey Deal works with Brett Young, so he and I have been up there. I've been wrote a song with him that's, I think it's like sitting in like 150, almost 150,000 views on TikTok right now. It's crazy.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and that was just a clip. So like that was like with the intent of seeing if someone want to cut it, because that's one of the big things I'm learning about coming from North Carolina, which, by the way, Nashville is 100% welcoming. It goes back to that sniff test. Once they see what you're there for, because there's a bunch of different things you can do in Nashville. You can play the circuit, play, Broadway and stuff like that, and make a good living doing it. You can write songs. You can be an independent artist. It's just all once they figure out what you're trying to do, then the right people try to work with you. But I've been writing stuff with Joey, and that song was with the intent of having someone else cut it. But now we don't know what's going to happen, because it's kind of, people want me to release it as it is. So it's just it's discussions that we're going to have. But I've got a single coming out soon called County Line that I recorded at Treasure Isle with Joe Carroll. He was 11-time Grammy nominated engineer. He's going to be mixing it soon. I've got the 2023 North Carolina Female Country Singer of the Year, Miss Paige Johnson King, on it. So it's things are starting to happen. It's just taking a long time for it to happen, But
yeah, hey, that's how it works, man. Like, I've been doing this for 2.5 years, and I came from nothing, and when COVID hit, it was like I wanted something to do. I'm a social person, so I started podcasting, and now it's like it's been 2.5 years, and now I'm finally seeing some traction. Yeah. Things are climbing, and it feels good, man. I mean, I put in a lot of work, so it definitely takes work to get where you want to be,
Yeah, it feels really good too, believing in yourself and then seeing the outcome. I mean, it's shoot, man. I've been playing music for 24 years now, and I've played everywhere from Alabama to Bangor, Maine. So like for something to actually start to stick. I mean, I was pretty blessed at one point. I was in this like hard rock band called Nephilim that was pretty good sized band in North Carolina. And in the Southeast, but it was just like we didn't tour. I couldn't get a lot of people to tour, which kind of sucked. But and we've been told before by bigger bands that knew us, is like, if you'd have toured, man, things might have happened, But now with this new conglomerate that I have, my drummer and I are going to be trying to like push this out and try to really get the music out a lot. So there's going to be some big changes coming soon, and we're pretty excited about it.
That's fantastic. That's so
Thanks,
good.
buddy. Thanks, bud.
And it's like
your connection's breaking up, buddy.
Can you
hear me? I can't now. You froze up on me.
Who's it is?
If it's me or it's that Carolina signal, probably. Oh, there you are. Well, that's me. Oh, you left. That's what it was him. So I'll be sitting there talking to you guys while we're waiting for him to come back. Peanut Patch Boiled Peanuts. Buy your own. Walmart, Amazon, Food Line. See if he comes back in. I'll be eating these peanuts until he comes. Now, I'll be the guy in the straw hat at the stand. So if you'll be at one of these concerts, come see me. BOILIN Bart will be there. The whole team. Win you a t-shirt, hat, stickers, koozie. The koozies are really cool. One side is Cajun. Other side's original. Got the QR code in the bottom so you can scan and be our friend. Matter of fact, let's see. If you would like to pause that, I don't know if it'll work. Scan that. Be our friend. Is he coming back in?
Hello.
Hello. There we are.
Hey, look at that. Man.
Look at that.
Internet sucks.
Well, same here, brother.
Man, I guess I'm gonna have to do some trimming on this episode before I distribute it, but whatever.
Well, I was doing a read. I was like, scan the QR code.
Unfortunately, people, this is what happens when you are a streaming podcast. It actually happens every now and then. I can't make my Wi-Fi perfect all the time, so
yeah. I just put the deposit in for Starlink. I'm tired of this internet around.
I actually heard that Elon Musk is making a device that you could just attach to your car, so that you don't even have to use like Wi-Fi. It's like his own satellite or something in space that it connects to.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting one of those new trucks. I just don't know if they'll make it up my driveway. I think they will. I don't know. We'll find out.
Oh, those new Tesla trucks or whatever it is?
Oh, man. If I had the money, I'd try one out. But luckily, with this company, they're getting me a 2,500, so I'm very excited about that.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I drive like 40 minutes one way to work every day, so that's a bit of a gas guzzler for me.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
If I worked on a farm all the time, that'd be a different story.
Yeah, man. I'll be pulling this big trailer around the country, so something that nice to have reliable. It's diesel.
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course.
Yeah, we want to get it wrapped up. It'll look awesome.
How's your family doing? I'm guessing you're probably getting a lot more time with your family now too, huh?
Some, yeah. They're doing really good. I've got a 15-year-old son and a 17-year-old daughter. So my daughter's has one of her first jobs now. She works at a restaurant down the street, and it's as long as I can keep these perverted old guys off of her, we're good, right?
Mine's 6, so I've got a few years before I have to worry about it. But believe me, it's in the back of my mind. I'm like, man,
brother, let me tell you, we've already had this one incident, and I'm not going to go into it, but we've had. It's good to know that the police chief. I'm going to tell you
that. Facts.
Yeah. She can't help. She's beautiful, and guys are going to hit on her. That's just how it is.
That's your fault and your wife's. I'm just saying.
Mostly my wife's.
I was going to say, I hope she looks more like your wife than you.
Thank Jesus.
Because my daughter's the same way. Looks a lot like my wife, and I couldn't be happier.
Thank God for that. I tell you.
Oh man. So
and we get in front of a camera. What in the world?
Yeah, no joke, man. But that's what I can edit my. I'll filter my face if I need to.
Talking to George Clooney.
Right. Did you know that peanuts are actually an ingredient in dynamite?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yep.
I'll be telling that at a booth. Are you ready for a corny joke? Ours are the bomb. It makes sense.
Dude, you should write a song just about Peanut Patch, man. Or have you? Or have you been thinking about it?
Bart's already done it. So Bart's kind of like the face of our company. I'm just a sidekick. I'm the Slash to his Axel.
Okay.
So
right.
He wrote this song called "Get Bowlin'," and dude, it's catchy. Bart is one of the realest musicians you're ever going to meet. Don't let the yellow hat fool you. Like this dude, he is amazing voice and amazing songwriter. And that's the coolest thing about this job so far is there's time that he and I are just like, in a hotel room at night, or like we're in the lobby, like Merlefest, for example, dude, it was the coolest thing. So we stayed at the Holiday Inn, and there's signs everywhere as you're going up the elevator. And it's like, we encourage jamming. So like they had guitar cases and that were open with like food and drinks and guitar picks, and they were encouraging these musicians to come down and jam in the lobby. So we would get done at this festival being there from like 9:30 to like 8 or 9, right? And we get there, take a shower, and come downstairs, and then there's people that are playing the main stage the next day just jamming. So like I'm playing with people that I have no idea who they are, Yeah. We're just having a good time. And there's this cool video of all of us, because like one of the things I liked about Nashville, I got to tell you this cool story, by the way, is about Nashville. But one of the things I liked about Nashville is like I was in this room, man, and it was like what you see in a movie. Mm-hmm. So I'll tell you the story. So the first night we were in Nashville recently, like the weekend we played Tootsies, or the week we played Tootsies.
Okay.
I got there and it was beautiful weather, and then they got us this awesome Airbnb downtown. So it had this great view. I don't know if you saw, I posted this picture of, like I said, had a Nashville lit up sign behind it. You could see like a downtown and had a can. I'll send it to you. Okay. But but dude, it was beautiful. So I was like, all right, man, we've got this awesome weather here. Let's set up the photo shoot. We'll shoot cans and stuff upstairs. Excuse me. I'll order pizzas. That way we don't have to go anywhere for right now. So I ordered these pizzas, and then I got a thing on my phone that said your pizzas have been delivered. So I walked outside and there's no pizzas. I'm like, what the hell? So I look across the street and this guy walks out and he has these boxes of pizzas. Hey, did you guys order pizza? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, man, they delivered here on accident. And that's never happened before. So I'm like, thank you so much for being cool and not eating it. Right. So long story short, we're upstairs and I tell the camera guy, Travis, my friend, Travis Lowry, which shout out to him. He's been helping me out with his studio, tracking demos, and he's been shooting video and shooting, content and pictures for us. Could not think, and he's an awesome friend. Hopefully he's open his studio soon for people, because you talk about a great guy to record with. Anyway, I digress. We hired him to shoot the whole weekend.
Right.
So he was setting up the cameras, and when I went downstairs to get some cans, I was like, I'm gonna give him a case of peanuts just to be nice, because he was nice to us. So I literally wrote a note that says, "Thank you, the pizza guys," and put it on his doorstep. So the next morning, he walks out and he happens to see us, and he's like, "Hey, what are you guys here for?" And we told him we're musicians. He's like, "Well, I'm a musician. Why don't you come over and jam with me?" Well, it turns out this guy was Troy Olson. He wrote with like Tim McGraw and Blake Shelton. Wow. Dude, he's played the Grand Ole Opry, the Ryman. What? Could not be a nicer dude. So imagine this. We played 2 shows in Nashville. Okay. The first night we were there, we played the Doghouse, which was awesome. Shout out Steph. And at the end of the night, he said, "Come over to the house." So we're sitting in this room, and there's pictures of him on the right, playing the Ryman, playing the Grand Ole Opry. I'm playing a $14,000 Martin. I mean, like, he's got these amazing guitars, and it's just different singers just going around singing songs, taking turns, and people just playing along and jumping in. So like, I'm playing one of my songs, and I got this guy that wrote songs with Tim McGraw and Blake Shelton playing solos on it. So I'm like, this is the Nashville dream. So like, the more I get around people on that level, the more I realize that they don't have an ego. They just they're excited that someone else is excited about music like they are. And, and they're just playing and jumping in and so supportive. So like, luckily we made some friends with him, and he's going to be playing on some of my songs too. I'm sending up a few songs to him this week. And,
all right.
God has been awesome, man. God is always awesome, but like, he is definitely shining the light on, he's definitely giving me some light at the end of the tunnel of this 24-year tunnel I've been walking.
Yeah, man. No, and look at you. You seem so happy too, man. That's fantastic. So
God, it's been so great for mentally. It's just been awesome. I mean, like, I'm human just like anyone else. And I do miss the people I work with at the DMV, but I do not miss answering some of those calls. I mean, you think, even if you go to like a comedy show, there's always a DMV joke they have, so there's no escaping it. And then during the pandemic, people just treated us like we were less than garbage. It was horrible. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you don't have to worry about that anymore. So that's good.
God bless them.
And you've been talking a lot about Nashville. I do want everybody to know, I do have another show. It is currently on hold, but I talk to musicians and artists from all over the place, and it does not matter what genre of music you are. I hear a lot about Nashville and how good it is, man. It's not just a country scene. There's all sorts of music there.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, there's metal nights, there's rap, there's everything. I mean, every genre. I mean, obviously, it's primarily known for country music, and stuff like that, but that's not what they care about. Just at least the real ones. I mean, you have some knuckleheads up there, but the people that are there for the right reasons are just welcoming for anyone else to be there for the right reasons, because they're not saying there's so few people that are doing it for that, but like I said, there's sections in Nashville. You can find your way in whatever makes you happy. If you want to just play songs and learn the top 40 and go play Tootsies and go play Kid Rocks and Jason Aldean's and you can make a good living doing that, and they're great people running those places. Shout out to Uncle John at Tootsie's, but yeah, man, it's the thing I really like about it is, and the thing I've always loved about music is writing songs, and I have been welcomed with open arms, and I don't deserve it. There's just times I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, I live in a town called Tar Heel with one stoplight, and that's new.
Tar Heel.
I'm like, why am I here? Why am I in this room?
Tar Heel, North Carolina, right? Is that it?
That's right. That's it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh
sir.
man, that's good. I mean, there are some interesting town names, and that's
Dude.
definitely up there.
We have a Transylvania County. We have Fuquay Varina. We have all kinds of really really weird ones.
And we've my wife and I have discussed moving, to the the East Coast, and we were talking about Florida, but I'm like, there's a lot of other states where it's just as beautiful, man.
Yeah,
So,
South Carolina's awesome. Like for example, Peanut Patch is in a place called Effingham, South Carolina. So I tell people at the booth, I was like, weird name, great peanuts, and it is.
And even the Peanut Patch it's straight to the point, but at the same time, it's kind of comical in a way. Boiled peanuts,
Yeah,
it's good.
yeah, man, yeah, dude. I definitely can use my personality and Bart's personality for this. It's like we're not out here trying to sell caviar. We're selling caviar in the South. It's just our caviar.
I have to try. I'm gonna get some of those salt and vinegar ones because I love salt and vinegar chips and all that stuff. So
I got you.
Oh, all right. Now, can people come and tour the kind of, like wherever the main store is or the location?
The main plant, I do not know. I know that when I did, I had to wear a hard hat and stuff, so probably not. And I had to wear earmuffs. Yeah, I mean, I posted this reel and this TikTok where they took me around, dude, and it honestly looks like a roller coaster. Like they have these cans kind of just moving around, and there's people so much smarter than me. Had to make that. I was just like, how do you even like begin? Is like, well, I'm gonna make sure these cans automatically flow this way, and it spins around in a corkscrew and goes. I just like eating stuff inside, bro.
Oh, dude, me too. And I'm all about. Look at this. The whole time,
yes,
they're almost gone, man.
Me too, man. I got a stack right here, man. We got to fix that.
So good. I've got an unopened can right here. I'll be taking it to work for lunch.
This is actually open. I just have the top back on. That's what I mean.
Oh man, so Cajun is definitely your favorite, and that's awesome. Definitely why I grabbed this for the first one to try. Because there's so many flavors. Is the original? Does it have like any flavor to it?
Oh yeah, it's salt. I mean, it's original as it comes. That's where the beginning of all the salt of boiled peanuts came from. Is the original. I mean, if you go on the roadside stand or just around the country, around the South, and 9 times out of 10, you're getting a guy making salted boiled peanuts. So that's like the staple. And arguably, there's people have their favorites. But I will put these Cajun up against almost every peanut there is. I mean, whether John Boy down the street made it or good people at Effingham made it, the Cajun are top notch to me.
Yeah. I bet this would be a good peanut butter too, to be honest with you. Depending on what you're putting, I mean, I wouldn't match it up with some jelly or anything. Maybe throw it on some toast by itself, but I bet it'd be pretty good.
We have the pepper jam, so that might be kind of cool to do it. A lot of people take the brine and they'll take like pork chops and marinate their pork chops in it.
Oh,
that's really good.
That's not really a bad idea at all.
Yeah, dude. That and some chicken too. I mean, there's no end to the possibilities, man.
Because like what I did, I boiled these, drained the juice, but man, that's such a good way to reuse that juice.
I was talking to the guys, and the good thing about this buzz marketing and doing stuff, he's like, I like being creative, and so do the people that I work with. So we're talking about trying to do like little commercials or little videos that we do online, like segments of like cooking shows. Like, how can we use this with. So
what about like injecting a rotisserie or injecting a turkey?
Injecting like a Boston butt or something like that. God, dude, I didn't even think about it. Yeah, turkey will be great, man. I'd love to try that during Thanksgiving.
That Cajun flavoring and a turkey would be fantastic, man.
I'm sure some of my guys are watching this, writing this down now. I think that's something we'll do during Thanksgiving.
I'm gonna do it, man. I'm gonna get it because again, I got one more can of this. I'll save the juice, maybe throw a little bit of butter in there. And inject a rotisserie with it, man. That sounds fantastic.
That does sound really good, dude. I'm going to the grocery store and getting a rotisserie, getting a chicken, and doing that tonight. Actually, that sounds awesome.
Throw it on a smoker.
Oh yeah, I got a little green egg out there.
Yeah. See, I got an old school Brinkman, real old. I mean, it's even rusted, but I've had it so damn long, and there's nothing better than. I mean, Traegers are nice and all, but like that charcoal and wood flavor. Man, I just love the whole concept of that, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if Traeger's watching and we know you are, please send us we'll be happy to review your product.
By all means, I got nothing against it. I just like that old school charcoal, throwing some wood on top of it, smoking meat.
I mean, I like the wood pellet thing too because it's
Mhm.
like it's really recycling. It's all the leftover sawdust that they're
Mhm.
not going to use anyway, and they just compress it, and that's awesome to me. And that's kind of what I like about this company too. Is like they're very very green forward. So
Mhm.
like we're going to set up a thing at our stand, you know, showing like so we're making sure these are being recycled everywhere we go. And the cool thing about cans is they're infinitely recyclable. So
Mhm.
there's this big anti-plastic push that we're going to start doing. I've got a song that's coming out soon that kind of might be involved with that. I can't say anything yet, but man, like there's some cool things in the work, man. I can't wait for you to see next couple months.
I'm excited for you.
Thanks, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, of course, man. And this hasn't been like a normal show that I usually do, but I'm enjoying the content that we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying these nuts.
Pause.
Had to throw a little bit of comedy in there.
There you go. There you go.
And man, you got a beautiful, beautiful day out there. I can tell just by looking at
Thanks,
it.
brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty fortunate, man. Like I was raised on like 100 and some acres here in North Carolina. My great grandfather was a colonel in the Revolutionary War. He was a state senator. Robeson County, North Carolina, is named after him. He was the hero of the Battle of Elizabethtown. I mean, I've got
Wow.
big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's your plans for today after this? You can go to work?
Yeah, well, I am at work right now.
Yeah, you're working right now, man.
Yeah, brother. My days normally with this new job consist of like talking to event coordinators and staffing, and I will go and look and see what shows or what events we've already got agreed to, and then try to see while we're in that area what else we could do. Um, but yeah, mostly, man, it's conference calls, and especially with the last couple of events, we've had a lot of conference call with the team, just basically saying what works and what doesn't, because this is a new concept. No one's ever done any type of buzz marketing like this, where
Yeah.
you're literally going out and giving out stuff for free, you know.
Yeah.
So and association with like music as well, and you've got people that are legitimately with this product that are playing huge places in Nashville, you know, and recording with good people and stuff. So like it's a new thing, and we're really excited about. I mean, like I was telling you before we started. I mean, our traffic's gone so up so much with the website, and our likes on Instagram and Facebook, and we're getting into TikTok and stuff too with the company. And TikTok's kind of my strong point. I love like, dude, and it's wild. You can never predict what will go viral, you know. When this last weekend, the hotel we were staying at I've seen waffle makers, but I've never seen an automatic pancake maker. Have you ever seen one of those machines? It's like a conveyor belt.
Dispenses and everything for you?
Yeah. Okay. So it's the coolest thing. So you get a plate and you put it at the end of the conveyor belt and you push a button, and it has this little clear window, and it blops out the pancake batter, and it goes and it cooks it on this little conveyor belt. So both sides are heated, and it just falls right out on your plate, and it makes two ready pancakes. They're great, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people in the comments talk junk about me because I've never seen it. Imagine this dude was like, imagine being so poor you've never seen one of these machines. I'm just like, you got me, brother. Just a poor old musician, you know, enjoying tasty pancakes. But dude, I posted that just with a silly song, and it's got I think it's over 200,000 views already. So it's just,
isn't that crazy?
Wild.
And yeah. I've got a clip because I work at Costco, right? I don't typically say that on shows, but this one's been pretty mellow. So
yeah.
We have a pizza saucer, and you literally just press the dough, put it on the saucer, hit a button, and it dispenses it for you.
Nice.
And it took like 6 seconds to record a little video of it. I posted on Instagram, blew up.
Dude, Costco, that's my favorite part about Costco is the food. I mean, but by the way, we worked this thing in South Carolina called Seaweed, and we were under the impression it was like the first event that we really started doing this at, which was awesome. You know, the people and if you've never been to Charleston, I highly recommend that, dude. If you're talking about moving to the South, like Charleston is beautiful, man. But we were working that we ran out of product. People were so into it so much that we just kind of like gave away all we had. So me and my boss, Pat, hey Pat, we went to we went to Costco with the intent of spending $1,000 on peanuts, you know, because we just needed peanuts,
right?
And they didn't have any. We were very upset about that. So I would love you to talk to your people, and we can change this.
Yes, throw some of your products on the shelf, man.
That'd be great, man.
That would be great. Unfortunately, I don't know anybody that high up, but
maybe they'll see this.
Right.
Costco, we want to get BOILIN in your stores, brother.
There you go, man. That's fantastic. That's a good slogan too. Get BOILIN.
Yeah, that's John and Pat, man. They're the brainchild behind most of this, man. And
I posted that picture saying I got my nuts today, right? And Peanut Patch liked it, and I reached out to him and I said, "Hey, you want to come on?" I think it was James. Is that his name?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, James is awesome. What's up,
he's like,
James?
"Well, he's like, maybe next time we can get BOILIN Bart on with you." But I don't know. He's like, "We'll let Brent take this one."
Yeah, we got a really good team, man. James, Johns, Kramer. I mean, we have two Johns. There's a John R and a John C, and then Pat, and then Brian's the kind of the main guy at McCall Farms. And Brian's just been super awesome to work with, man. I mean, we're very, very fortunate to have the team we do. Seriously. And we have this lady that works from McCall Farms that goes to all these shows named Sheila. Her and her mom Rose. They outwork everybody, buddy. I'm telling you, like they live and breathe this stuff. You cannot get a better person to cat call, I guess you could say, because we'll set up the stand and we'll have a person out front like trying to free bowl peanuts, come on in. You can hear her a mile and a half away. It's great. Love her.
That's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
And does your family eat these peanuts too?
Oh, dude, they the only person that really doesn't eat it is my son. But my daughter and my wife. My wife's not from the South. She's originally from Colorado and grew up in California. And like I said, I've converted her entire family to the southern side of things.
Oh, man, yeah. Colorado is beautiful though, man. I got to be honest.
It is, man. I've got a lot of family out there in Lyman and Sean and Carrie. I mean, I've got I've got a bunch of stuff, man. I mean, I've got like there's a place called Grand Junction, Colorado, and I've got a cousin-in-law, I guess you could say, a long lost cousin is what she says. She's my father-in-law's best friend, and he was actually his best man in their wedding. I met him. Mike was an awesome dude, and Jordan, his daughter, was wanting to get into music. So I kind of talked to her as she was starting her whole career, I guess you could say. And dude, she's in this band called Peach Street Revival.
Okay.
My God, they are killing it, dude. They are killing it. They just put out a new single. It's awesome. I think they're playing in Virginia this month or next month or last month. I mean, they're getting Senate. They're playing Sturgis. They're playing everywhere, man.
Wow, Sturgis.
Yeah, dude. I'd love to get out there.
I was gonna say Sturgis, a bike place. That'd be fun, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. And they're all beautiful. They're like everybody in the band's so damn beautiful. It's very upsetting. You can't be that. You can't have both.
Distracting,
okay?
damn it.
Yeah, you can't be beautiful and talented. Okay, pick a lane. It's not fair to us normal people.
Yeah, look at me. I'm like a solid 6 here, and I'm doing podcasting. Okay, I can't be a 10 and podcast.
Well, I can tell you the reason why my dad calls the ABC store the American Beauty College is the more you drink, the better we look. So I'm like a 5, but you keep drinking and I get better.
Oh, there you go. All right, man. So where all can people get this product, man? I mean, I know you got the website. I know there's even a locator on the website where you can look near you.
Oh, yeah. So if you go to peanutpatch.com, we have a product locator. You can just, literally type in your address or your zip code to show the closest store. If you aren't fortunate enough to live in the South, then we can send it through Amazon, just like my friend here got one.
Yep.
We have them on Walmart. We have them in Food Lines, over 20,000 gas stations around the Southeast. So that's anywhere pretty much.
So good. And it does give you directions on the back to stovetop or microwave. I threw them in a pot on the stove. Took less than 2 minutes to heat them up,
Yeah, super simple. And if you can't find them anywhere, and if you're one of the weird places that Amazon won't deliver to, just hit me up on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, and I'll make sure we get you hooked up.
Wonderful, man. And I'm definitely, you know what? I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to inject something with this, and I'm going to record it.
Please do. We will share that, man.
Because that's
awesome.
Such a good idea.
Yeah, it's great, man. I mean, it's waste not, want not. You know what I mean? And that's where all the flavor is anyway in the juice, man. Might as well use it transfer that to something even better.
Yeah. And how long to get this flavor? How long do you need to boil a peanut?
I mean, that is a question for the ages, because some people will boil them for 12 hours. Some people will boil them for 4. like there's a place called Skinner's down the street from me that literally will get up like at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and have these huge industrial boilers, and then they'll boil them for 4 or 5 hours, and then you walk in and you say whatever size you want, and they scoop them out directly from the boiler, and that so. It just really depends. Like one of my favorite peanuts I've ever ate was in Maggie Valley, and this person said they had been boiling them in this like kettle for like 14 hours.
Oh wow!
So yeah, it just all depends, man. Depends on the heat and what you're doing. But
right on, man.
I guess the same thing can be said about smoking meats and stuff like that. So everybody has their
yeah. You know, like for me, when I smoke meat, I'll smoke it for 2 hours and cook it the rest of the way. I don't, you know, I mean, I know a lot of people that'll smoke it the whole time, but I feel like you get enough of that flavor in the meat within 2 hours. So I don't smoke it for the full time.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess it depends upon the cut of meat you're doing. And, you know, I like to get them good sear before I put them on the smoker too.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll do that depending on what I'm cooking too. You know, I'll throw it in the oven or something for a little bit before I throw it on the grill. Yeah. All right, man. Well, hey, I really appreciate you coming on today. This has been a hell of a time.
Yeah, dude.
Peanut Patch guys, check them out. Especially if you don't know boiled peanuts. I mean, these again, maybe where you're at, it's popular. Over here, it's still kind of a new concept. So I really want to help you guys push this out here. So anything I can do to help you, let me know. Right?
Awesome. I'm glad we can have you. Thanks for having us, buddy. And for your listeners and stuff, if you want to check out some of my music, it's Brent Underwood on everything: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. TikTok's where I pretty much post that, and Instagram now. But yeah, just go to peanutpatch.com. You know, like I said, enter in the product locator and let's get bowling.
And to all my listeners, until next time, we'll see you around.
Thanks, guys.